In this video, I'm going to go over the setup of our Excel sheets for the final project. I'll start with the finished template for those of you who are familiar with Excel and can just copy this. If not, you can watch the rest of the video and I'll go through how to explain everything. A few important things. Up here in the right corner is the Microsoft Excel help. And you can go here, you can press F1 from any location, and you can search your feature or whatever function you were doing in Excel. I'll close out of this. If we go to, these are called the tabs, and they call this the ribbon. So if you go to the formula tab, this function library, these are all a listing of all the different functions by categories of what they do. So make sure you know how to get to your function this way if you're doing a function. So you need to have some merged cells for the title, date, and name of the project and have them centered left. And then have a large title box and use some of the different features to play with the formatting on the title. Then have 3 different sections. What does the feature do? How does the feature work? And when could you use this feature? When would it be useful to you? When you're making a budget or whatever. In each section here, you can type and the typing will wrap just like a Word document. And then you'll have 1 page for your written response, 1 for your example, 1, 2, and 3. Unless we talked about something different for your specific project, of course, set it up with more or less examples. So now I'll start with a blank book. And to merge the top left cells for our name, date, and project, we'll just click in one cell and then pull your cursor over a few cells. Come up in the Home tab, make sure you're in the Home tab under the Alignment section, and click Merge and Center. And as with all the features and anywhere in Excel, whenever you hover over them without pressing, it will pop up for a help menu. And if you press F1 at that point, it'll bring you directly to the detail about that feature or section. So we'll click Merge and Center, and then we want it to be aligned left, so we'll click left. Now we'll double click the Format Painter, which makes it stay on for more than one click, and then we have to click it off. If you just click it once, it stays on to format one cell. And this doesn't copy and paste the words, so it's different than copying and pasting. It is only giving you the formatting. And Excel project. So now for the title, we'll select a bunch of cells, like a width of paper, merge and center. We'll make this bigger. Now you can put the name of your feature, whatever it is you're doing, pivot tables. We'll highlight the words and come up here where we can change the size and font to anything we want. And then if you, right now you have the word selected, you can tell because of the black highlighting. So if you click outside and then reselect the cell like this, but we're not in the editing the words mode, now you can come up here and choose a different color to fill the background. And you can also change the font color. So our last sections down here, we'll select an amount of cells the same width as our title, do the merge and center, do the left alignment, and then we're going to make this bold and italicized. We'll do our first question. What does the feature do? Now, right below that, we'll have a spot to type in our words. So we'll select Merge and Center. Here's where we need to click Wrap Text. You could leave it centered or left align it. And then when you type in here, this will be able to, you might have to make it bigger manually, which you do by coming to, for a row, you come to the bottom of the line that you want to make bigger until, and I don't know if you can see it because my cursor mode, but when you get on the line in between, your cursor changes to a black line, and then you can adjust the height to however many words you have. Right now it's aligned bottom, so we can change that by clicking up here, top align, and it moves those words up just like a Word document would be. So now we'll copy these formatting. We leave a space in between, and now this one's formatted that way, this is formatted that way, and then we'll paste one more section. Oh, it only worked once, so we'll copy these two, Format Painter, and then click down here. And now, how does the feature work? So that's literally how do you use the feature and when would this feature be useful. So now you're all set up. The last thing to change, these titles of the worksheets, which are what we call each of these sheets in a workbook. To change the title, you just double click on the words, and I'll type written response, and then we'll put each example, example 1, example 2, and the way you add a page is by clicking, or a worksheet is by clicking this little button, and then we can just change it to example 3. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.